Viewer discretion advised. Some of these topics may be triggering, as these conversations are about baby loss.
So you join us here at the first ever Wren FC Let's Talk podcast. I am happily joined by Kieren, Dabin.
All right, Mish.
All right, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. How are you?
Happy to be here.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, brother. I feel like we can really reach out to people that, like we spoke about earlier, like don't really talk.
Yeah.
I feel like it could be something like people can come on here and talk and be open. Obviously, we know it's on camera, but I feel like I'm just talking to my mate.
Yeah.
So
what it's about. I should have oiled that chair before.
Yeah, it's a bit squeaky, isn't it? And especially with my ADHD, I'm going to be swinging all over the place.
No, I think my story, I'll let everyone know, is that, as you know, we lost beautiful Wren at 4 months old to SIDS, which is, sudden infant death syndrome. It tore us apart. Not tore us apart in the fact that, we all went our separate ways and stuff like that.
No.
But it broke us down. Like, internally, but it made us stronger and it made us who we are now.
And brought you together as well, like your family, like the family.
Yeah. And so obviously, Wren FC's after beautiful Wren. And then obviously, about 3 months ago, we gave birth to a stillborn Reese.
Yes.
He had an infection in his lungs. And he wanted to come out.
Devastating.
Yeah, it's horrible. I'm at that stage now where I can talk about it.
Yeah.
But I think I've had a lot of delayed reactions recently. So obviously I am seeking counselling. Obviously, there's loads of help out there.
Yeah.
It's just if you want it. But yeah, I mean, thanks for coming.
No, it's really all right, mate. No, obviously you're a good friend of mine. Obviously we've become friends through trauma and shared experiences, and it isn't the nicest thing to experience or the best way to maybe become friends, but in other ways maybe it is the best way to become friends because we can share our pain together, speak about it together, and be there for one another.
Yeah.
When the times are hard, if you're struggling with something, you can reach out to me, and then in the same sense I can reach out to you if I'm ever feeling some sort of way.
Men don't talk,
do they? No, that's the thing.
Stigma.
I like that hoodie. I think it's got around is like Men Cry Too. Have you seen that?
Yeah, I have seen that.
Yeah, that's quite good. Yeah. I like that. It is a stigma, like it's a huge stigma. Me growing up, I was taught like, do you know what I mean? Men shouldn't cry.
Yeah.
Like, no offense to my dad, though. Exactly. It's just era after era. That's how men were raised, and I'm glad that it's changing now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean?
It's massive. I mean, talking about dads, my dad. I mean, he was very, very withdrawn. He was very into his. He was like each other, he'd just get his head down, mind his own business and stuff like that. But since everything that's happened, I've never seen him thrive and come out of his shell. It's to do with. Yeah,
I've noticed that as well ever since our first charity game.
Yeah.
You can see like he was so up for it, like how excited he was about it all and just happy that he could do something in honor of Wren. Like, he's loving it. Like, I see him last game fucking turning up in full kit in there, cracking up.
He was quality.
I
thought he was going to play.
I thought he was going to come on at some point. Yeah, no, I really liked that. He's a good guy, but obviously I didn't know him before the trauma.
That's what I said. It brings people together.
It does.
Trauma does bring people together.
It does.
In a negative way.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's not in the worst way possible. Like, it's the worst way possible, but I think it creates a bond that's stronger than others.
Yeah.
Or other friendships. You know what I mean? Because you've been through. You know what it's like to feel at your lowest.
Yeah.
And to be able to share that, like, it's not a nice thing to share, but it's nice to have a friendship.
Yeah, and like you said, talking is probably the best medicine, really, isn't it?
It is. Like, it's hard though. Like I say, because obviously men are like we was brought up really like we've got to be the strong ones. We've got to hold it down for our family, for the women. But at the end of the day, if you lock it all up, it's going to come out one way or another.
Yeah.
And for me, mine will come out in rage, and it can end very, very badly.
Yeah.
Not just for myself, but others.
Yeah.
And then that it's just like a ticking time bomb.
Of course.
So when I speak, it lets it out. Like you said, you're seeking counselling. I've been doing therapy for the last, I don't know, like 6 months or something. and it helps massively.
Yeah.
And it's like it's intimate,
Yeah,
like in a way, like it's a 1-to-1. It's good, but
if it's all right with you, we'll dive into your experiences.
Yeah, sure.
Just a quick question before we do that. I mean, there are a lot of charity football teams out there.
Yeah.
They've all got one goal to raise money for their charities,
Yeah,
and they all do amazing work. Do you think that Wren FC could? How can I say it? Do you think that Wren FC has a great purpose?
Oh, the best purpose, brother. You know what I mean? Like, I know there's a lot of charity out there. I follow one on Twitter, Goals for Gosh.
Yeah,
they're quite big, and that's for great homeless street jobs. They're gonna have a great charity. But I believe like I'm gonna be like this because I'm biased, maybe. But for the loss of a child, you know what I mean? Like an innocent child.
Yeah.
Like we've both been through. I think that I can take away a life before it's even begun.
Yeah.
So for me, it's because like I say, it's personal, it's biased and it's personal, but it's probably the best for me in my eyes, the best charity out there. And then for my family, they'll say the same thing as well. Do you know what I mean? And I'm proud, and it's a pleasure to be a part of Wren FC.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear that. And you are, I haven't mentioned it yet, you are a skipper, aren't you?
Yeah.
Leading from the back.
Well, like I said, like obviously we'll get there eventually in this conversation, but it all started back in April when we decided to do one together after the loss of Wren.
That was a mad game.
Yeah, that was a mad game. And then I had my Kayla FC, you had Wren FC, but it's the times now in it to join together and take us to places that I couldn't go on my own with my team, and you can go on your own team, but together we can
go anywhere.
Exactly, 100%.
Well, obviously we're representing Sands at the moment.
Yeah.
Because obviously we're not a fully established charity at the moment, because obviously you need quite a lot of money.
It's a lot to go back.
So I mean, going forward, we're in talks of trying to raise money to help us become a proper fully fledged charity that deals with stillborns, miscarries and stuff like that. Obviously that's way down the line.
That's way down the line.
But we're going to work hard
but we can get there. Exactly. You know what I mean? That's one goal of many to aim for. Yeah, and it's a good one to aim 100%. For.
Shall we touch on your experiences?
Sure. Yeah. Hold on one second. I don't want to make this all squeaky. So it's coming up soon next week, the date, but on the 22nd of November, do you know what? I've got the year wrong in my conversation.
Oh, did you?
That sounds, I said 2023, but it's the 22nd of November 2022. We lost my daughter Kayla with my ex-partner Kate. It was a really traumatic experience because I was going through some shit at the time as well. Do you know what I mean? Struggling with like alcohol and substance abuse, which I'm now 14 months clean. But at that time, I was struggling with that, and I thought I wasn't the greatest partner. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, I sit here and say I was, because I wasn't. And put her for a tough time during her pregnancy. Do you know what I mean? She didn't deserve that. No matter how bad or toxic the relationship got, no woman deserves that whilst she's at home pregnant. I think I just wasn't really present, I suppose, out drinking, partying, and one weekend went over the top with the drinking. I come home a couple of days later or whatever. Everything seemed fine. Like, she seemed fine. And with pregnancy, there wasn't much problems. During the pregnancy, prior to this pregnancy, she did have a miscarriage. I don't know how far gone she was. She wasn't too far, like 6 weeks. But she had that like a couple months prior. No, that was in July, and then she fell pregnant, and then so I'm going through that, and then come back after this weekend, and there was, like I say, it wasn't much problem. She went to an appointment a week before. They said that everything seems fine. So I come home, I took my medication, which is for like mental health. That's also a stigma. I suffer with psychosis and ADHD and stuff. And that they sent me to sleep. And obviously I'd been on a bender, so I took them. And I was literally like, I was asleep pretty much. My ex-partner Kate came in. She knocked on the door. No, not knocked on the door. She came into the bedroom like shaking me. I wake up, I'm bleeding. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, obviously, all days, half asleep. I was like, what do you mean? And then she was just like really heavily bleeding. And I couldn't drive. There's no way I was driving. So I rang my mum, my stepdad, they rushed round. And we rushed her straight to a hospital in A&E. got to A&E, saying look, she's heavily bleeding. She's like a lot's going on. Like also there's like water coming out as well.
Right, yeah.
And she got through to like it's like this little room of like A&E's apartment bit, and then like as they was talking, she got to run out. She ran to the shop. I need to go to the toilet. So my mum went with her, and this is quite like traumatic, by the way. So what I'm going to say is it's quite harsh. And as she was in the A&E toilet, she gave birth to her daughter, 20 weeks, the same as young Rich. And for me, like, obviously, I've run in to try and get her, and then but bear in mind, she's screaming in these toilets and screaming. I had to pick her up, like walked out, and my mum had to get Kayla out of the toilet. As we're walking out, like everyone's staring at us because obviously she's screaming in agony in the toilets, giving birth like, and then everyone's staring at us. Obviously, at this point, I'm like, the fuck is going on? Like, to me, it was still a dream because of alcohol and substance abuse and taking my medication. But I could just feel all these eyes staring at us, just staring. It was not, like, it was horrible. Like, we went through into like the majors of A&E, and so me and my mum was there, and then my mum got a baby. Like, she was like, "Do you want to see her?"
Yeah.
I didn't want to at this point, but Kate did, and then she saw her, and she kept her there by her side. My mum was like, "Kieren," like her sister and her dad came up, and Mum said, "Kieren, go home, you need to sleep." So her sister stayed, and her dad said, "I'll come back up the next morning, like 8 a.m." And then this is horrific as well, probably for her to experience. I see her walking around. She's like, the car park in East Surrey.
Yeah,
like across where the A&E is. She just started walking up and down there, and I'll come up with my stepdad. Like, "What are you doing?" She's like, they've taken her. What do you mean they've taken her? Anyway, she had Kayla on the side next to the bed. She woke up, they took her, and she was gone. Yeah.
What, didn't even give you the option?
No, they didn't say nothing.
Oh, really?
They didn't say nothing. Kay just woke up and she's gone. Like, no baby there.
That's bad.
Yeah, literally. So me and Michael, my stepdad, we got up with Kate and just gone mad at him. So they brought her back.
Right.
Yeah, they brought her back, and then we kind of got to say goodbye. So like, this is why the 22nd of November we say it, because that's when we said goodbye, rather than when it was the day before that happened. And also anyway, we said goodbye. She was in a little coffin, and then they took her. But what was I going to say about? Well, I was going to say something. I can't even remember.
I hate you when that happens.
Yeah, I know. I literally had it in my head. I was going to say something, and I completely forgot. But then they took her. And then we was in there for a few days. I stayed with her. It was during the World Cup.
Yeah.
The Winter World Cup.
Yeah.
She had to have an operation to get the rest of like the pregnancy out. And that was a bit traumatic. And then that happened, and like kind of fed fuel to the fire on my like substance abuse.
Yeah.
But during that time, obviously, it was just dark. All I remember is darkness.
Yeah.
Like, even like the way we was like for weeks after, we're just at home or with the blind shut all day. Numb. Nothing. I can't feel anything.
Yeah.
I didn't feel anything. I didn't really cry until. Do you know what it was? Until probably I got clean.
Yeah.
Because I was obviously numb due to the abuse of substances, but that just kills any kind of feeling that you have.
Yeah.
Like, you don't feel nothing. Sadness, happiness, anything. It's just dead, isn't it? You feel dead, like, inside. And then, so on the way home from the hospital, we were listening to which is really strange, because a couple of days before these events took place, we watched Black Panther 2 in the cinema.
Yeah.
That's why it was on our kits at the game. And then on the way back from the hospital, it was the Black Panther 2 soundtrack. Oh. Yeah. So that was quite weird. So that became our song. This is Rihanna's song, "Lift Me Up."
Yeah.
Then it was just a torrid time. After that, obviously, we just drifted apart pretty much. It wasn't really a healthy relationship as it was, but just it took a turn for the worse, and it was just a dark time, to be honest. We wanted to. We didn't know nothing about being able to have a funeral or anything like this. We tried to speak to them, and they was like, "Oh no, all we can do is put them in like Furness or whatever, and they
Right.
sent us like a letter, and it was in Croydon Memorial,
Right.
and then
Yeah.
but it was a group furnace, so there was going to be other kids in the same furnace.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's no ashes, there's no sort of memory. All they give you is the forget-me-nots and the little teddies that come in.
When we experienced Reese coming, obviously he was taken. We was allowed to stay with him for the night in the hospital.
Yeah.
So that's what we did. Obviously, we didn't take our eyes off him.
No.
Just holding him there in our hands. Just 8 months after holding, another one in my arms. I'm having to perform CPR on him, and that's a whole different. That's a story you know about.
Yeah.
But we was allowed, like I said, we was allowed to stay with him the night before, but then we was allowed. We was told that if the baby's not over 24 weeks, they're not classed as a baby. I don't agree with that at all, because he was fully developed.
Yeah, he was,
fully developed. Only thing they're not developed at that age, at 20 weeks, is their lungs are not properly developed. That's all.
Yeah. But you said that was part of
the reason why he gave me an infection.
So,
but to be able to hold this little person in my hands with arms, legs, eyes, nose, mouth, they're not classed as a baby.
No, exactly. That's the same thing that we had. Same shit. Kate was 20 weeks. And Brad was like, they can tell you what gender the baby is.
Exactly.
But they're not fully developed. She died of an infection as well.
Yeah.
So I think it was strep B.
Right. Okay.
But Kate went to Kate went to an appointment, a checkup, to check for everything prior to that. So they should have seen it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We don't know how long she could have been dead before, giving birth.
Yeah.
So it's like NHS is amazing for what they do, but whether it's underfunded or what, there is something.
It is major underfunded.
Do you know what I mean? In these terms, there's something so personal and such a traumatizing thing. I don't think there's enough help and support for people through the NHS.
But this is why we do things like this.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
It's because unless you've experienced it, like you said, then you ain't going to understand.
No.
So doing things like this, coming in, just talking, which I don't think a lot of people do enough of. Sharing experiences with each other. Yeah,
exactly. Because I know it's as difficult as it can be for people to share their experience. It can take time as well.
Of course.
Like, obviously, for me, it's been nearly 2 years. Was it April?
Yeah. So with
Reese. Was that April?
Oh, Reese, yes.
Yeah.
About 3 months ago.
Was it 5 months ago?
5 months ago.
No,
was it?
What are we doing? No.
Yeah, Reese was Wren was the 10th of December.
So I remember, because it's just before Christmas.
His anniversary's coming up. Yeah, so we are.
We've got anything planned to celebrate his life for that?
We will have. But I'm sort of like pushing it to one side at the minute in my head.
Yeah, it's difficult. And I say with Kayla, our daughter, because we didn't want to go to the furnace with all other babies with other parents, we went up to Box Hill and Dorking, just let off a lantern.
Yeah.
But it's one of those ones. It's I know people say celebration of life, but for us, it's like we didn't live.
Yeah, well, from your experience.
Yeah, I know, but it was also with Wren,
and with many others.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. But with Wren, he was, he laughed at me.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, completely different kind of trauma. So you've had the same trauma as me with Reese.
Yeah.
With Wren, you've actually experienced that him laughing, smiling, feeding him.
Yeah.
Having a shit.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But
rolling over.
But that's what I mean. Like, you get to see the look in his eyes and have.
Yeah, that's it.
You know what I mean? And obviously the trauma and then you experience.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden just gets taken.
Bang. Yeah, exactly. It ain't fair, innit?
Why? I mean, I've done many wrongs in my past.
Amazing. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, I've done a lot of bad things in my life. Like, obviously, I can't make up to certain people for certain things or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's an innocent life still. Do you know what I'm saying?
Exactly. But I'm trying to do what I'm doing now to live to show my children.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. You can leave a legacy behind. And what you're doing, you're making the right steps to do it.
And we, as a team and whatever, want to help others as well. Even if one person reaches
out. Even if one person, exactly. It's one life for change. You know?
Exactly. Kayla's on the back of the new kid.
No, mate. Honestly, I nearly brought a tear to my eye. I don't cry, bro. Like, even now, like, bro, I think I don't cry. I don't know why. I don't know if it's a stigma thing, but
some people just find it hard to cry, doesn't they?
Yeah. But that was a massive thing for me. Like, really, like, honestly, appreciation for that.
Yeah, and I knew it would be out soon. Yeah,
I'm looking forward to that. It looks fucking spot on as well.
It does, doesn't it? It looks really nice.
Yeah, and the training kits are good.
Yeah, tracksuits. Hopefully,
is it tracksuits with the tracksuit bottom? Because they're like shorts and a jacket.
Just a sample.
Oh right,
it's actual.
That looks banging.
So we're going to look spot on.
Yeah, when are they coming?
Well, I reckon about a month and a bit.
So the second game of the league, the tournament.
Maybe, yeah. Vulture are doing them for us, so it'll be good quality.
No, I've seen some of their stuff. It's spot on.
Yeah.
Are they doing kit as well?
Sorry?
Are they doing the kit as well?
Yeah, so they're doing both.
Yeah. They're both the kit and the training stuff.
So, but yeah, Murat's quickly fire three questions at you.
Yeah, go on.
Yeah. All right. First one: where do you see Wren FC in 5 years' time?
It's what I spoke to you about this and what my plans are to progress the team as captain. Also, as someone that's heavily invested into the team, as being the #1 charity football team in the whole of the UK.
That's good. That's what I like to hear.
Yeah, that's the 5-year plan, for me anyway.
That'd be good. Imagine that though. Imagine being a fully fledged charity.
I feel like it's not like far fetched. You know what I mean? It's a very possible dream. Yeah, it is doable. It is doable.
Yeah, but it's obviously got to raise as many funds.
Of course it is, but obviously we've had these conversations, more conversations to have about that. But yeah, 5 years time, I'm telling you, we will be there.
There's a lot going on in the background. Of
course, that's the thing. People don't see what goes on in the background.
Exactly. Yeah.
You only see the games or the results or what's raised.
Yeah, exactly. But all right, second question: if you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Fucking hell. I never even thought about this.
I got you on the spot,
mate.
That's the first time I've had you lost for words.
Honestly, I don't know. People say this. I don't know. I really don't know. I wouldn't want to read people's minds. I wouldn't want to read what people are thinking about because that get me in all sorts of trouble. I say something, but it ain't right for this podcast.
No, we'll leave that one.
No. I'll just say, I'll say super strength.
Super strength.
Yeah.
All right then, cool. Super strength it is. Right, third question, the last question, and then we'll wrap up the first ever Wren FC Let's Get Talking podcast. If you could play with any footballer, who would it be?
See, I've got a couple of players that I like. My favourite players of all time. And I couldn't, so hard to pick between them. My favourite player is Thierry Henry. But I feel like, it's a difficult one.
You're stumped again.
Yeah, no, I'll probably say, this is going to be a strange one, but it's someone that I used to watch a lot, Cesc Fabregas.
Yeah, that's a good choice. That's a very good choice. Very strong choice.
Yeah, for me,
how do you think this has gone? Been all right?
That's good, mate. I enjoyed it. I feel like, you got me stunting for words on the superpower, but apart from that, I feel like the conversation flowed, and I feel like it's a start. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
Start of a new era for us.
Yeah.
And hopefully, it's the start of something big.
And hopefully, we can help people.
That's the main aim, isn't it? Exactly, that's the main aim. And obviously, like, if anyone's ever out there, just reach out to us because we will be here. We know what it's like, and we're more than happy to talk.
Yeah,
and that's 100%. What we're here for, to talk.
Yeah, if they want to come on, just come on.
Yeah, exactly, or even just a private message to any of us. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But thank you so much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Now open, you've been comfortable and brave to talk about your experiences. It's a pleasure. Absolute
pleasure to be here, mate.
Absolute pleasure.
All right, bro.
Right, we'll see you next week for the second episode of Wren FC Let's Get Talking podcast with a very special guest. See you later.